I'm Dave Strider. I'm mad as hell, and I am not going to take it anymore. And I approved of this message.
Welcome to Redacted Tonight, VIP. I'm Lee Camp. Tonight I talk with EvaBartlet, an independent journalist who has done amazing work on Syria, and she's here to help me figure out what the hell is going on over there. It's pretty damn complicated. Eva, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Lee.
Congrats on such great reporting on Syria. Really impressive stuff you've been doing. I want to ask you about what just came out recently. Trump just last week said, quote, "We'll be coming out of Syria like very soon," unquote.
America is clearly still embedded in eastern Syria and doesn't seem to have any interest in leaving soon. It's still supporting terrorist forces or forces against Syria. And if Trump did want to leave Syria, that would actually bring a return of peace to Syria. But America has interest, oil interest, it has strategic power interest in Syria. So I don't foresee, unfortunately, Trump's words coming true anytime soon. The only concrete changes in Syria have been as a result of the Russian intervention and, of course, the Syrian Arab Army and Hezbollah and regional allies. In their work to defeat terrorism in Syria, in their work to attack ISIS strongholds in Syria. Certainly not Obama or Trump administration's efforts in Syria. If anything, of course, we know that they've made things worse in Syria. If the American administration had any genuine interest in fighting terrorism, it would have been eradicated long ago. But we've seen that they've been stymieing efforts to fight terrorism in Syria to the extent that they've attacked on numerous occasions Syrian Arab Army posts, including September 2016, when they attacked the U.S. illegal coalition in Syria, attacked for nearly 1 hour a Syrian army position in Deir ez-Zor, killing anywhere between 80 to 100 Syrian soldiers, depending which source you look at, and enabling ISIS to take over immediately after. And of course, there's the flow of ISIS through the open desert to take Palmyra prior to that. And there have been many US-led coalitions attacks on Syria, on Syrian army, and on Syrian civilians. So clearly they have zero interest in actually fighting terrorism, and their interest is in prolonging the pain and anguish in Syria, prolonging the terrorist presence in Syria.
What do you make of our government acting like Al-Qaeda is our ally some of the time now? I thought they were our sworn enemies. It doesn't seem to really make any sense other than just to continue the chaos.
Absolutely. I mean, if you believe the official story of 9/11, then by all means, Al-Qaeda is not our ally. But given that Al-Qaeda anyway is a designated terror group, we should not be allying with Al-Qaeda. We should be allying with the forces that are fighting terrorism in Syria. It's beyond absurd and hypocritical. The U.S. administration and their proxy media will cry for these areas occupied by terrorists. So they're essentially crying for Al-Qaeda, Ahrar al-Sham, Falaq al-Rahman, Jaish al-Islam, all these terrorist groups. But they won't recognize when the Syrian army and allies liberate these areas and when civilians can actually return to peace. It's beyond hypocritical.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, all of the things you've been reporting seem to be the polar opposite of what we get from our mainstream media.
The ideal is happening, and Ghouta is being restored to peace. And this means something that the corporate media never addresses. This means a return of peace to Damascus, because for years, Damascus has been relentlessly shelled by terrorist factions east of Damascus. And now with all of Ghouta, except for Douma, liberated, it means Damascus is no longer being shelled. And I've been in Damascus in 2014 when it was heavily shelled, in 2015 and 16. And the civilians were being targeted, their schools, their markets were being targeted. And the Western corporate media, if they reported on it, distorted the facts. So in any case, Ghouta is being liberated, and this is the best thing that can happen in Syria now. And of course, the full liberation, the cessation of Turkey bombing illegally northwestern Syria, and American troops actually leaving, getting rid of their illegal presence in Syria and leaving. That would be the ideal.
Thank you so much, EvaBartlet, for all your great work and for bringing us up to date on these horrible actions going on in Syria. But hopefully things start looking up soon. Thanks again.
Thank you, Lee.
I'm Dave Strider, your candidate for U.S. Senate here in the state of Washington. And quite frankly, I'm mad as hell. Aren't you?
All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. Yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Everywhere you go, let them know that you're mad as hell and that you're not going to take it anymore. My name is Dave Strider. I'm a candidate for the office of U.S. Senate. I'm a no bullshit kind of guy.